Hello, this is Mike with Trade Winds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Intech Black Wing 830X travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it and show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to think about when you're parking this. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for your awning. On your off campsite, I just want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. They're both going to be right in front of your tires. On your off camp side, power and your water connection for campsites is just below that. So park accordingly so you utilize facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive, we're going to unhook our hitch and level our unit with our power tongue jack. Night docking light should you arrive at night. So if you retract to lower, EXT for extend to raise. Now should you lose power, under this rubber stopper, your hand crank for your stabilizing jacks. We'll actually get on that and get that up and down manually in case you lose power. Note on this rubber stopper, when it gets wet, get your fingers black. So keep that in mind. All right, got our unit level. Next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these little scissor stabilizing jacks, 3/4 inch hand crank. You can use a drill gun. I don't recommend an impact driver. I am going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads will protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, keep them from sinking into hot blacktop. Grab a 4-pack of those with your 10% off coupon. Run these down just until they're taut. Once it feels like it's going to lift the unit, go ahead and stop. Remember, our unit's already level. We just want to stabilize it. Get all 4 of those down. You got your unit level stable. We can hook up our power and water. Big, long 30 amp cord plugs in here on the side. The way these go in is they'll go in at an angle. Once it's in there, turn it to your right and then push your black washer on. In your convenience pack will be a 30 to 50 amp in case you're at a campsite that only has 50s, and also a 30 to 15 in case you need to plug into a 110. Got your power hooked up. Let's hook up your water. Little area here where it says city water connection. It's actually city and potable water. On the right is going to be our city water. Grab your water pressure regulator. The one that comes with convenience packs. We're going to reduce the water pressure to about 45 psi. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. It's right here. Now what we're doing is making sure our pressure release valve is down. You may have pulled that to get the residual water out of there. Make sure that's down. Then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a minute, go inside, open up all of your water lines, your sinks, your showers, get all the air out of the lines, shut them off, and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our potable water on this side. No need for a water pressure regulator here. You can just gravity fill this with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2 on the inside where you check the levels of your black gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on this when you're filling it. Once it's full, remove that hose, put that cap on there, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump and hook to city water. Alright, we're all set to camp. We got power and water. I'm going to walk you around the rest of the unit, continuing here on the off camp side. Start up front here. Big pass-through storage area. Down below here is our generator. Prime that, pushing down on the bottom till that light turns green. Slam locks. In here, this is the griddle plate. It's already pre-seasoned too. That's the great thing about these. For your griddle on the other side, here's your water hose that we give you. There's a water hose with a spray port that can connect right here. This is a storage for your sewage hose. Your hot water heater line is on, zero's off, must be on out here in order to be turned on indoors. This is where you can plug in a solar panel to trickle charge your batteries. This is a vent for your batteries, which are indoors. Sewage lines, we'll talk about those when leaving the campsite. Up there's the flue for your furnace. Here's where you plug in cable at the campsites. Again, our power and water connections. Here's your fueling station for your toys. Down here's where you turn that on and off. This is a vent you can open from indoors to get the exhaust fumes out. I'll come back out and open up the deck here shortly. Accessory hitch, there's what you can tow on that. 175 pounds. Coming down your campsite. We'll run your awning out in a minute. You got a couple of nice porch lights, big outdoor speaker. A couple of 110s out here. Coming up front, a couple more 110s. Quick connect LP for this griddle. Again, I told you the top was on the other side. That's your griddle, as well as a electric cooler. It can be a cooler or a freezer depending on the temperature you set it at. Let's push that back in order to close these and open them. See, they were locked in there. This little spice rack right there. Over here is our propane. There's a regulator, lefty loosey to open. Point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Green means you've got gas. What covers everything out here? Let's go check out the inside. Alright, coming up beside the unit, first thing I always point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure everyone camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry door in case of emergency. Also here, we got all of our main lights, accent lights, the porch lights, a couple of 110s, charging ports, max air vent. Turn that on here. There in the middle. Get on, it actually opens right up and turns on. Got 4 different speeds to that. Shut it off and it will actually close it and shut off. Closing now as it comes down. Shuts off. Below that, our awning LED. Go ahead and hit out. And go ahead and run our awning out. All automatic. Just a note, I recommend bringing these in rain. Rain usually means high winds. High winds are the enemy of awnings. They are great for shade. You can stop that anywhere or stop on its own, but I just hit stop. Oops, one above it, stop. I'm gonna hit in. It's top one. It's gonna go ahead and run itself in. I'll shut off the awning light. LED off. And let it run itself in. As it does, I'm gonna close this door. And let's talk sound system. AM, FM, Bluetooth. See if I can get a station to come inside here. Probably 94, 2, 3, 4. This metal building might not pick up much. So indoor.
More music.
And B is going to be your indoor, it looks like. A is outdoor. Really cool sound system. Alright, come up into your kitchen area. Glass top. Turn that to light. Press in on your spark there. Now, this is an example. When you first get to the campsite, turn on your gas. You may have to bleed these lines for a moment. Just to get some gas in them. And that's exactly what I had to do. I just had to spend a minute, turn it to light, turn it up to high even, and just hold this in until you get one of them to light. Once your gas is in your lines, you'll light right up. If this doesn't want to fall forward, lift up on it. Down here, microwave. Storage drawers. Let's talk plumbing. Access to all of it is down here. Mostly PEX nowadays. If you travel a lot in this, just get in here now and then. You're bouncing this house up and down the road. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose. Just feel for moisture and maintain it if you find some. Kitchen accent lighting. 110 with GFCI reset. Coming in here, show you how these roll forward to become a bed. Make sure you lift this bar up. Turn on some lights back here. Touch it once, twice, 3 times. So again, once you have that down, so it gives you support. Okay, same thing over here. I'm just going to bring the bed up to show you how to get your bunk to come down. So what you want to do is rock these in. So kind of little metal piece here. And it tells you right here on how to do that. Lock all 4 of those in. Now, I'm going to raise my bed up. And when it gets all the way up there, it's going to catch the top bunk because of those latches like they are, and it's going to bring it down. So as it's going up, I'm going to talk about this metal table. If you look outside, you've got these brown, black rubber pieces outdoors. This table will actually lift right up off here and go and set up outdoors on the side of the unit as well. On your campsite, toward the back, if you look out there, you will see those rubbers. They actually match the same ones that are in here. You heard that? Catch that? Now, when I bring it down, it brings the top bunk down with it. What it's also going to do is the top bunk is going to stop at a certain point. While the bottom one continues down. Alright, back in that corner there is the smoke alarm. Coming over to this side, talk about your TV. One thing I want to mention on your TV is when you get to the campsite, run a digital channel scan so that you can pick up all the local channels of where you're at. These are pretty decent TVs. Pick up quite a few channels in here. Added 2 TVs work pretty well. You can take this, pull on these, and that will lay your table down. Again, like I said, you can lift this right up off theirs and go set it outside. Fridge controls are indoors. Read your manuals on these. Our wet bath. Hand crank open, exhaust in there. Sliding door here. You want that secure for travel. So before you take off down the road, make sure that you lock that in so it's not bouncing down the road. Bedroom lights and accent lights in here. More readers. Emergency exit window. Underneath your bed here is this access panel to your batteries. Your other television in here. Your other max air vent. And our thermostat. Shut that off. Thermostat. So push that in to get this to light and flash. When it's flashing, scroll it to cool. Fans on high. Let's kick your AC on. Quick note, when you arrive at the campsite and it's smoking hot in here, come in here and open these up. That's gonna blast cold air through here. Shut the AC off. You see here it shuts off rather quickly. Whereas now, oops, I'm gonna go back in, scroll over to heat, turn the heat on. Let you hear the return for that. Oh, it's right there. So now what you're gonna hear when I shut that off is that it will take 2 to 3 minutes for that fan to cycle through before it shuts off. Not just your furnace, all furnaces. All right, that about covers everything on the inside. Let's bring down and set up your deck. Make sure you keep these locked during travel. Pull on that, hold these out. Just down that quickly if you want to use it as a ramp. Remove this and lay it down flat. One thing concern bringing it up, make sure your cable's in on the sides. And just a quick, there's your deck. Let's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite and close the unit up. I like to start by saying doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed, everything is tucked away and put away for travel. So the same thing, putting this bunk back up, flip them back out. So when we raise this, it's actually going to leave the bed up there. I want you to see that in action. Now when you bring it down, it stays. We're gonna leave that up there. I'm gonna shut off my lights. Put my feet up. Make sure you push these buttons in. I've seen people yank on these and literally yank this right out of the bottom. So make sure you push your little button in before you fold these in. Alright, so we put everything away. So now I like to come to my control panel, shut off my main lights. Now I know any other lights that are on are accent lights that I need to walk through and shut off. Just there in the bedroom. Alright, all the lights are off. Let's exit the unit. Anything on these steps, whether bring them up or down, make sure your exterior doors are all the way open. Otherwise this will catch on it. If you're on uneven ground, your feet are adjustable with those cotter pin. Set this in here. Lock that in there. So keep it from banging against your screen door. We're gonna lock and deadbolt this when we leave the dump station. Alright, if we are dry camping, we're gonna bring up our stabilizing jacks. Come over here to the off camp side. Up in between our tires here. There's gonna be a freshwater drain. Go ahead and dump that and head on home or the nearest dump station, whatever you're in need of. For the campsite, we're gonna unhook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, and head on up to the dump station. Dump station parked accordingly. Your dump is about 10 feet from in front of the unit, and you got a 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. We're gonna hook that up, and we're gonna pull the black handle on the left, which is your sewage. Once it sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank. No big. When that black is empty, go ahead and close that handle and pull your gray handle. This can be your wastewater, your sinks, your showers. While that's draining, we'll come over to our campsite. Get up underneath there and dump our low point drains. When them are done, check inside for the gray to be empty. Shows empty. Close that handle, grab that sewage hose, and store it right here in your stinky slinky container and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Intech for many years to come. Happy camping.